Speed. The amount of money you make in your business, your new business, is actually less important than how fast you make the money. And we're talking here about the initial amount of money you make when you first start your business. Speed. You need to get from zero to the money as quickly as possible. Not just because you want money faster. We all want money sooner than later, right? That's very normal. It's because of the era in which we live. If you lived in 1986, when the Western world was on the rise, the economy was great, bright future for a long period of time, there was no AI threatening your job, you could take your sweet ass time and start a business and write an ebook, or develop a course, or take a year and develop a SaaS business, or do an SMMA company, or whatever. Do drop shipping. I know those things, a lot of those things didn't exist in 1986. You get my point. Today in the 2020s, you are living in the middle of a collapsing era, a collapsing empire, United States, Canada, Europe, and you have AI right around the corner where as many as 100 million people may lose their jobs / businesses. You don't have time to start a new business that sets you free from your 9-to-5 job and gets you location dependent. You don't have time to take a year to make any money in that business. So guys will say, hey, I want to start a business, I want to write an ebook. Okay. Can you make money selling ebooks? Yes, I've made millions of dollars selling ebooks. Yes. But here's the problem. You got to write it. How long is it going to take to write your first book, especially if you're not an experienced writer? I've written 9 books. How long is it going to take you? About a year, maybe. Well, AI can help me. Okay, great. It'll take you several months. Then you got to publish it. You got to typeset it. You got to get it proofread. You got to get it up on Amazon. Then you got to market it. And then you start trickling. You get trickles of money. You sell your book at $20. Too long to make any real money. Certainly too long to make enough money to replace your job income so you can quit your job, right? Yeah. Problem number 1. You cannot wait. This goes for just about every other business model you can think of. If you want to start a SaaS company, if you want to develop an app, that's going to take you forever. But Caleb, AI can help you develop an app faster. Yes, it can. Can you do it next week? And here's the other problem. Well, yeah, I read an article about this 16-year-old kid who made an app in 1 hour with AI. Great, here's the problem. So can everybody else. It's commoditized. How's that going to work? How's that guaranteed to make you enough money to quit your job soon? Speed. There are lots of businesses you can start that are viable business models that are location dependent, many of which I have done myself. They're great, but these are second businesses. These are businesses you start once you have your first business, making thousands of dollars a month, location independent. You don't have a stupid 9-to-5 job anymore. You can travel or move to anywhere in the world, and the money keeps coming in. Then you start the business that takes more time. If you want to sell lawnmowers on Amazon or do a SaaS business or whatever it is, you want to develop a course, great. These are second business, third businesses. I've done most of those things, but they were all second, third, fourth businesses. It wasn't my first business. So if speed is the objective, what is the type of business that you want to start, your first business on the side to get you free from your 9-to-5 job and location dependent? You've got 2 choices, and they're both good. You can pick one. One is consulting. That is giving advice to companies on how to solve or alleviate a specific problem. That's it. But Caleb, I'm dumb and I don't know anything. I'll cover that in a minute. You don't need to know anything. That's option 1. Option 2 is a business service. So that's where you go to a company or companies, your clients, and you do the thing for them to help solve or alleviate their biggest problem. So consulting is, you could call that done with you. Service is what you could call done for you. They're both good. They both work. And sometimes you get the question, well, I mean, like with IT type stuff, sometimes you do both. You can do both. Sometimes your service will involve some advisory stuff, which means you're consulting, and actual hands-on stuff, which means you're doing a service. There's a Venn diagram. Sometimes there's overlap between those 2 things. One of those 2 things, that's it. Nothing else. Why? Why are those 2 the best? Because those will make you money fast. You can get your first client, if you're a consultant or a service company, within 1 or 2 weeks of coming up with the idea. 1 or 2 weeks. Try building an app and making real money even with AI, in 1 or 2 weeks and making thousands of dollars. Try writing an ebook or developing a course and making thousands of dollars in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Go ahead and try it. Or doing drop shipping or any of this other stuff. I'm not bashing these other business models. I have done most of those things and they made me a lot of money and they're good, but they're not fast. They take a while. You need to quit your job fast. You need to get free fast. You want to wait 6 months or a year and a half, because that's what most people do when they start their own business. They come up with a business model that is fine, but takes too long. You want to still be at your job a year and a half from now? You want to still be stuck in your country, your collapsing country, a year and a half from now? I'd rather you not be. You may not have that job because of AI or various other factors. So with consulting or doing a service, it's not bad. You can actually come up with the service, come up with the consulting thing over a weekend in many cases. Now, here's the excuse. Caleb, I'm dumb. I don't know anything. I have no marketable skills. I've lived 32 years and my mind is empty. I know nothing. First of all, that is false. I've said this many times. If you were to hire me as a coach, you can't, but if you could, and I were to follow you around with a clipboard in your life and just grill you for 2 hours on your history, your skill set, your education, your interests, I am sure I could come up with at least 2 things that you were good at. So this thing about I'm dumb, I don't know anything, just so many people say these days because Westerners have such horrible self-esteem, is false, number 1. Number 2, you don't need to know anything. You can go on Upwork.com and you can hire either technicians or administrative people in lower end countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, India, Philippines, places like that, who really know what they're doing, who are very good at solving that particular niche problem, and don't charge a lot of money. So you hire them, you don't pay them any money, you say stand by, you go get 1, 2, 3 clients, the clients need your services, you have your subcontractors on Upwork perform the service, you're kind of the middleman, you make sure the client is happy, you get paid, then you pay your subcontractors. I have made a lot of money doing exactly that because my first business, I follow my own advice, my first business that made me a lot of money was consulting in the tech field. I didn't do any of this course stuff and ebook stuff until I was already making multi-6 figures down the road. Make sense? So you can start your own business really fast and get money really quick. 0 to the money as quickly as possible. That's the objective here. 0 to the money as quickly as possible. The objective is not to make $10,000 a month right now. Your first client might be $1,000, might be $500. Fine. Your second client will be more, your third client will be more. You want to get the money fast. And if you want to get to $10,000 a month plus, no problem. But you've got to start getting the money quickly. And the only 2 business models in the entire universe that make money that fast, thousands and thousands of dollars within a few weeks of getting started, is consulting and a business service, especially if you follow my other content and my other materials on niching, solving their biggest problem, things like that. This works. This is what I did. This is how I made it work. This is how you can make it work. If you want to work with me on how to get you a business like this when you're a beginner and you have no idea what you're doing to get from 0 to the money as quickly as possible, you can click the link below, either in the chat comment or the description or a button, depending on where you're seeing this video.